Brothers and sisters, this is your host, the Apostle Reuben, with another short Bible lesson. For some reason, brothers and sisters, the Christians overlooked the prophets. But I'm going to show you who did not overlook the prophets by the end of this podcast. So I want you to follow me here. Let's look at the scriptures. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. So according to the Bible, God hates the workers of iniquity. He hates them. Now pay attention, because I want to take you to the book of Psalms, chapter 6, verse 8. Let me read verse 7. Mine eyes is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. So David is saying, mine enemies are giving me grief. But David tells him to depart from him, for the Lord has heard the voice of his weeping, his prayer. I want y'all to keep that in mind. Let's turn the page. Psalms 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? See, that's what we're doing. We're standing up for God against the workers of iniquity. Again, what is iniquity? Let me point out. The workers of iniquity. Now, we're going to come back here. I want to define iniquity. Psalms 32 and 5. I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity I have not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. So sin is iniquity. Iniquity is sin. That's what iniquity is, sin. So we'll go to Psalms 94:16 again. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of sin? Workers of sin. Iniquity is sin. So look at the warnings and what we're supposed to do against the workers of sin. Now, these are your Sunday keepers. Your Sunday, Easter, Christmas, Baby Day, Dog Day, Halloween, Cat Day, Christmas, all these things that are unbiblical that they do. And, they claim that they're under grace, and that's why they can do these things. But the Bible is steady telling us that God hates the workers of iniquity, and the iniquity that those that do iniquity in Psalm 6 and 8 have to depart. Now it says we're to stand up against the workers of iniquity. Let's get the book of Psalms chapter 119, verse 2. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies, and that seek him with their whole heart. They also do no iniquity, no sin. They walk in his ways. So there are going to be a group of people that will do no iniquity and walk in his ways. There are going to be. They can say what they want to, brothers and sisters, but the righteous will be there. I'm going to show you this. Pay attention. Proverbs 21, verse 15. It is a joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. Again, the Bible is warning us that destruction is going to be to the workers of iniquity. Well, it says it is a joy to the just to do judgment. Judgment. Watch this. Let's go back. What is that judgment? What is the do judgment? Psalms 119. Psalms 119, verse 21. I have done judgment and justice. Leave me not to mine oppressor. Judgment and justice would come from the law. Leave me not to mine oppressors. Like we're in the hands of an oppressor now, but our people just don't realize it. I just don't understand. So when we go back to Proverbs 21:15, it is a joy to the just to do judgment. But destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. So we know the workers of iniquity, something's going to happen to you. If you work sin, something's going to happen. So when we go to the book of Matthew 7, verse 22, let's start in verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. Now, I want you to pay attention because we're going to go back up to verse 22. But verse 23 is the key. And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. Christ told the workers of iniquity to depart from him. Workers mean that you work, do, an action, sin. But I want you to pay attention. Christ says, depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Now, ye that work iniquity. Let's go back up to verse 2. Many shall say unto me in that day, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? The workers of iniquity prophesied in the name of Christ. The workers of sin prophesied in his name. Have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name cast out devils, and in thy name, you workers of iniquity, cast out devils? Pay attention. And in thy name done many wonderful works. These workers of iniquity, of sin, call themselves doing many wonderful works. Who is this? The Sunday Christian Church. They're the sinners that are proclaiming that they prophesy in his name, cast out devils in his name, and do many wonderful works in his name. But they're in iniquity. So it doesn't look like Christ's mind changed. If you're a worker of iniquity, Christ is going to ask you to depart from him. And you know what's next? Death. That's why, again, brothers and sisters, I take you back to 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. I don't understand 5 and 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad. So there was an option. Everyone had to appear before the judgment seat of Christ. I'm just making a scenario. And he would be judged and will receive the things that he done in his flesh in the world, whether it be good or bad. Good or bad. Now, let's pay attention. Good goes back here. Christians play this game. Romans chapter 7, verse 14, verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. So if you're doing good, you're doing the law. So bad is sin. So it makes sense. So when we go to, again, back to Matthew 13. Matthew 13, I'm going to show you. Verse 47, again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which, when it was full, they drew to shore and set out and gathered the good into vessels. The good, but cast the bad away. So you can see, you're going to stand before the judgment seat of Christ, and he's going to judge whether you did good or bad. Bad is what? Sin. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just. So the wicked are the sinners, the just are the law keepers. Good, just, bad, wicked. It all makes sense. And you're going to die in the lake of fire if you are committing sin. And shall cast them into a furnace of fire. You wait a minute now. So to me, if you are judged, you're going to be judged into fire according to the things that he has done, whether it be good or bad. You see it according to that he hath done, whether good or bad. If you done good, which was in the law, you were separated from the bad, which were the wicked, the sinners. You were separated. Y'all wasn't in the same spot. You were separated. And those that were bad were put in the lake of fire by works, the Christian works.